Alright, it does seem like we're gearing up to a pretty busy Techtember. As yes, set your calendars as Apple has already sent out invitations for its possible iPhone 15 event. We have some weird rumors of the screen updates to the Galaxy S24 Ultra, and Oppo just launched another flip phone, but this time, this phone could force the rest to get better at it. I'm Jaime Rivera, and I know, say hello to my Berlin hotel room. This is IFA 2023. It is time for that, but I do hope you don't miss the green screen, because I do not. This is Pocketnow Daily. The official news, at least sort of, begin with Oppo because they just unveiled the Find N3 Flip, and I know, didn't we just get the Find N2 Flip? Well, it seems there's a pretty interesting reason for the upgrade. The new clamshell shares a lot with its predecessor, but with key changes that should hopefully push this form factor forward. As for what didn't change, it has the same 6.8-inch LTPO AMOLED inner display with 120Hz refresh rate and the same 3.26-inch outer display. What did improve is that you can run certain full applications on it, though it seems that still is a work in progress. Another improvement is that it's now powered by the MediaTek Dimensity 9200, which you can pair with 12 gigs of RAM and up to half a terabyte of storage. The battery is unchanged at 4300 mAh and supports the same 44-watt fast charging speeds. Now, one of the few design changes is the addition of the alert slider for the first time in an Oppo branded device since OnePus is now part of the approach. Beyond that, the Find N3 Flip's biggest change can be found in the camera department. This becomes the first clamshell to feature 3 outer cameras and a lot of resolution. That includes a 50-megapixel primary shooter, a 48-megapixel ultra-wide, and a 32-megapixel 2x portrait sensor, all with Hasselblad tuning. The entire camera system is pretty similar to the OnePlus 11, but we'll have to wait and see the results. What's the catch? Well, it's now only available in China, so let's hope it makes a global launch soon, coming, I don't know, later this year. Now let's talk about Samsung since we have new evidence that the Galaxy S23 FE is getting closer to its launch. Earlier today, Sammy activated the support page for a new FE model in Kazakhstan, confirming its imminent arrival, as well as yet another market that should expect the phone. And for even more confirmation, the smartphone has been certified by Bluetooth SIG, revealing that all models will include Bluetooth 5.3 connectivity. The S23 FE is expected to arrive next month with a Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 or Exynos 2200 chipset depending on your region. And yeah, I'm hoping that's 8 Plus Gen 1, but we'll see. You will be able to pair with up to 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage, and it is rumored to have a 6.4-inch 120Hz AMOLED display with a 4500 mAh battery and 25-watt fast charging. The phone will have a 50-megapixel main camera, 8-megapixel telephoto, and 12-megapixel ultra-wide, and yeah, your guess is as good as mine as what the design will look like. So yeah, it does seem everything is set for an announcement next month, so stay tuned because September is gearing up to be packed. Moving on, let's stick to Samsung since we have more details about the Galaxy S24 Ultra that are pretty weird. Okay, so we reported earlier this week that the company is changing the display of its flagships to flat displays, but now, thanks to Ice Universe, we have new details regarding that screen. He mentioned that the new models will have peak brightness of above 2200 nits, which is insanely bright. For comparison, the current S24 Ultra tops at 1750. Now let's move to the interesting part. See, Ice reported that the upcoming Ultra variant will have bigger bezels, and well, we're talking Galaxy A54 territory, which is definitely not a good or premium look, and which kind of doesn't make sense since that's not what Samsung does. But wait, there's more. Apparently these bezels will only be symmetrical in pairs, which means that left to right, that means 3.42 millimeters, and top to bottom, it's 3 millimeters, which I know it just does not make sense. It all sounds like a step back when it comes to design, but at the same time, I'm sure there's some sort of purpose happening here. Finally, the report mentions that the S24 Ultra's screen-to-body ratio will be a disappointing 88%, which is the lowest since the Galaxy S10 in 2019. If this sounds like a fan edition of the Ultra, yeah, that's probably what this could be. I don't know. And finally, for the hottest news today, set your calendars as we finally have a date for Apple's next event, and yeah, history does indicate this could be the iPhone 15 launch. The company announced their plans to hold a special event on Tuesday, September 12th at 10 a.m. Pacific Time. Just like last year, the event will take place at the Steve Jobs Theater on the Apple Park campus in California. It is expected to follow the pre-recorded approach we've seen for 3 years, but there will be a crowd as we've seen before. At this event, we can expect the new Apple Watch Series 9, a new Ultra model of the Apple Watch, and the entire iPhone 15 lineup, at least when it comes to announcements. And speaking of iPhones, we have new details about the changes to be expected. It is reported by Majin Buu that the USB-C cables that come inside the box of the base models will be limited to USB 2.0 transfer speeds with a rate of 480 megabits per second, and yes, that's pretty much lightning cable speeds. And on the other hand though, the Pro models will support up to USB 3.2 or Thunderbolt 3, and we also heard that Apple is preparing to sell a Thunderbolt cable made for iPhone. We reported earlier this week that this year we're getting braided color match cables inside the box. Now it is also reported that the included charging cable will be longer, 1.5 meters, which is pretty much 50% more than what we currently get. Heck, we even saw some leaks of the ports of this phone being of different colors depending on that to match. And also, speaking of the colors, well, when it comes to the Pro models, remember the possible red option that we heard about? Well, it seems like that won't be the case. Instead, we're hearing of a Titan Gray option that will pretty much be darker than silver, lighter than space black or graphite, and will replace the gold colorway, along with a possible darker blue color. Regardless, anyways, in today's question, let us know, what are you excited about most in Apple's next event? Because honestly, for me, it has to be the possible update to the Apple Watch Ultra, along with a possible iPhone 15 Ultra or Pro Max, whatever the name will be, but that's just me. Leave us a comment down below, we'd love to know your opinion. Friends, again, if you want to get the news earlier, follow us on Pocketnow.com and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. You can also follow us on social medias. Our extended coverage happens on Instagram, and follow me on my personal handles to see me turn hotel rooms into studios. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.